Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joe from Joe Plays Games, and you're coming to me today watching me play an absolute gem of a game. It is one of my favorite games of all time, Final Fantasy VIII. I am so excited to bring this to you today. This was what I've been teasing for like the last 3 or 4 days or so, and it's just unbelievably good. It is one of my favorites. A lot of people will say Final Fantasy VII is better, Final Fantasy X is better, Final Fantasy VI is better. Nope. I think 8 is better. And honestly, it's probably all nostalgia talking, but it is just so good of a game. So the reason why it is my favorite game, it is a little bit of a story of the game that got away. So when I was younger, when the game first came out in about 1999, I got it when it came out. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I was starting to play through the story. I was really enjoying it, and then I don't remember exactly how it happened, but my PlayStation fell off of the dresser that it was resting on, and the game got irreparably damaged, and we tried to return it and try and get a different copy of the game, and unfortunately they didn't have any left. So I walked away empty-handed, and when I got older, I purchased a copy of my own on the PlayStation again, and I loved the story. It's so good. So, alright, this is going to be a big old walk down memory lane for me because I just love this game. And if you've ever played an older Final Fantasy game, you know that there's absolutely no voice acting in it. So I'm actually going to provide as much of the voice acting, if all of it, if I can, and it's going to get ridiculous. I'm going to try and have different voices for each of the characters, and some of the voices may change as the game goes on. Some of the voices may sound a little too similar between each other, but if you read along, you won't get confused on who's talking. So, without further ado, let's get started on Final Fantasy VIII. That is the introduction to Final Fantasy VIII. It is so epic. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop smiling. I love this game. I absolutely love it. And so that introduction video that you watched was actually the story of how the main character Squall and his rival Cypher got matching scars. And if you noticed, they are actually on mirror sides of each other's faces just to show the dark side and the light side. But as we go through the game, you'll notice which character kind of goes more over to that side. But this character laying here on this medical bed, his name is Squall, and he's kind of like the loner archetype of a character. So here we go. Here's the first bit of voice acting. How are you feeling? Okay, I guess. Okay. Take it easy next time. You hear? Looks like your eyes are focusing. You should be fine. Say your name for me. And this would be the option, the only option in the game, that you would get to change the character's name if you so choose. But I'm not going to change any of the character's names, so I'm just going to confirm that his name is Squall. Why don't you take it easy in training? Next time, you might not be so lucky. Tell that to Cypher. That Cypher won't listen to anyone. Why don't you ignore him? I can't just run away. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Let's see, your instructor is... Quistis. I'll call her right now. Just wait here a minute. Quistis, come get your student. Yes? Yes? His injury is not serious. It'll probably leave a scar. Right. Now, please come by. Squall, so we meet again. And that is actually Quistis. She's one of the main characters of the game as well. So all the characters in this game are either, you know, all the main characters at least are either 17 or 18 years old. So Squall, I believe, is 17 years old, and Quistis is his instructor, and she's 18. So it's obviously the age gap is not very large, but it kind of comes up in the narrative that the age difference will be why a lot of the students don't really respect Quistis. And I like Quistis as a character. She's pretty cool. But anyway, so here's my attempt at trying to do Quistis' voice. You know, it'd be either you... Or, hang on, I misread that. Let me try that again. I knew it'd be either you or Cypher. Come on, let's go. Today's the field exam. And here we go, we're gonna be walking. Squall, is there something on your mind? Not really. Not really? What's so funny? Funny? No, it's not that. I'm just happy. I feel like I'm beginning to understand my student a little, that's all. I'm more complex than you think. Then tell me. Tell me more about yourself. It's none of your business. That music. It's bringing back memories. This is the classroom. Good morning, class. Let's start with today's schedule. There seem to have been some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam
exam for seed candidates will begin later this afternoon. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Just be sure you're in top condition. Meet in the hall at 1600 hours. I'll announce the team assignments there. Any questions? Oh, and Cypher? Do not injure your partner while training. Be careful from now on. Field exam participants, I will see you all later. And Squall, I need to talk to you. You haven't been to Fire Cavern yet, have you? You won't be able to take part in today's seed exam if you don't pass this prerequisite.
Actually, in these text boxes that are kind of grayed out and translucent, there's actually the thoughts of the character, so they're not saying them out loud.
Do you have a good excuse?
Not really.
Then let's get going. If you're not too confident yet, you can review your studies at the study panel. I'll be waiting at the front gate, so come down when you're ready. Access the study panel from your seat.
So that's a little bit of tutorialization. Actually, it's a good idea for me to stop by at my seat so I can actually get some of the first summons in the game a little bit earlier. You either will get them while you're accessing your seat, or you'll get them when you meet Quistis at the front gate. So let's just get that out of the way now. Let's see. Turn on the power. Let's see, tutorial, login, Squall confirmed, GF data for Squall, and GF stands for Guardian Force, which are those summon monsters that you can use during battle. So GF registered under Squall are GF Quetzalcoatl and GF Shiva. And I actually just got some achievements for unlocking Quetzalcoatl and Shiva. Covers all aspects of gameplay. This tutorial can also be accessed through the regular menu at any time during the game. So I actually know how to play the game. I know all the rules to the game, so I'm actually going to close this out and log off. I'm done. Alright, and here we go. We're going to go down the hall. Quistis over at the front gate so we can do the prerequisite.
I'm late! Wah!
I'm gonna be a jerk and not say anything.
There! Sorry, I was kinda in a hurry. Oh yeah, hey, did you just come from that class? Is homework over? Oh no! This place is so much bigger than my last garden. Oh, hey! I just transferred here. Do you think you could give me a quick tour of this garden?
And now we actually have a choice if we want to take extra time and just explore the garden, or we can tell her we don't have time because we got stuff to do. But actually, since I'm introducing this game for the first time, I'm actually going to go through and do the tour so you can see the garden for what it is. It's actually a big old university where they have different kinds of like wings that there's all different kinds of things to do. Sure.
Woohoo! Alright, let's go!
We'll take the elevator first to the lobby and I'll show you the directory. And there we go. We got a new follower right now. So she's not officially in the party as of yet, but she's just going to follow us around normally, like how they normally would. And as you can see, they will follow the path that you take to this step. brother gave me these cards, but they're really not my thing. You can have them if you'd like. What? How do you play a card game? I think it'd be best to look at the card game explanation in the tutorial. I don't know much about it, really. If you want to play cards with someone, talk to them by pressing S. But keep in mind, not everyone is a card player. Oh, by the way, I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. So you get your first starter set of cards, and the card game is actually really fun to play. If you look online for games of triple trade, you can actually find like a couple like online flash games where you can play against people in this game, and it's a really good card game. It's simple, but it's challenging, and so it's basically kind of like a twist on tic-tac-toe, where each card will have a certain value assigned to a side of a card, and you are not necessarily trying to get it 3 in a row, but you're trying to get as many cards as you can that are your color, and there's always going to be a winner because there's 9 slots. That's the directory. But anyway, so once we get into a card game, I'll explain a little bit more in depth because I want to continue on with the narrative. Well, this is it. VIII Garden is pretty big. It's a good idea to check where you want to go and select it there.
I have a question. How do you use this?
Move the cursor and press X to select. Next, I'll give you the quick explanation of the various facilities.
Yes, sir.
You'll find the dormitory to the north. The majority of the students live in the dorms. There aren't too many students who commute.
Yeah, I'm in the dorms too.
You can rest and change in there. West of the north block is the cafeteria. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. You better get used to waiting in line.
Got it.
East of the north block is the parking lot. We usually take the garden car when a mission comes up. The front gate is located to the south. That's right. I have to go meet Instructor Trep at the front gate.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Next, we have the quad located in the west block. There's an event being planned there.
I know. It's the garden festival. It's going to be great. I'm planning to be on the committee. You want to help out too?
Let's just continue. South of the west block is the infirmary. This is where you get treated for your injuries, but a lot of students just come here for advice.
What's the doctor's name?
Dr. Katawaki. Now, the east block. This is the training center. It's the only facility open at night. It's used for training, and they have real monsters running loose there. If you don't take it seriously, you may end up dead. Just be careful.
Okay.
South of the east block is the library. There's a lot of material you can look up here, but the terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. And you already know about the classroom on the second floor, right?
Yep, I remember that one.
By the way, the headmaster's office is located on the 3rd floor. You need permission to get in.
Another question. What's the headmaster's name?
Headmaster Sid. That's about it. Anything else?
Got it. Hey, are you taking today's seed exam?
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll see you again later. I've already finished my training at my previous garden. I'm taking the seed exam today too. Good luck to both of us, huh? Thanks a lot.
So, as you can see, from the directory, the garden is actually a big circle with all of the different places that you can visit. You can walk there, but it's actually faster to just go up to the directory and fast travel that way. So we're actually going to the front gate. I'm not going to fast travel there because there's some other things that we're going to be able to see on the way. And this thing right here, this orb with the blue and yellow circle around it, that is actually a save spot. You can't save unless you're on the world map or in a save spot. So every time I save, or every chance I get, I'm going to save, because if you all of your characters in your party get knocked out, you will actually receive a game over, and you'll lose all of your unsaved progress. So it's always a good idea to save the game. Now let's see, opening up the menu, I believe was B. Yes, so I'm going to just quickly save the game. And it's using save slots, just like in the old PlayStation. This is great. So I just saved the game. We're Squall, level 7, playing on disc 1. We got 500 gil and playing for 20 minutes. The game will go into all of these other sub-menus within the menu, so we don't need to go into a full explanation. Alright, and we're going out. And the game will actually not allow you to go out the indoor, so that's a nice little touch. You just keep to the left. And for a game that came out in the 90s, it's really pretty. It really is. The backgrounds are nice. And so this purple location right here is actually a draw point. You can, if you have a GF equipped, you can distribute skills to each of the characters. And that's why I got the GFs before I left the classroom. So that way it lets Junction Squall, let's equip a GF, let's give him Quetzalcoatl and Sheila. So now we have new abilities unlocked to be able to put magic to certain slots that are unlocked by the GFs. So magic, we don't have any magic. So, but now we can give commands, battle commands to the characters that have the GF equipped. So I'm going to give him GF, draw, and item because we don't have any magic right now. And now this is a draw point, so I'm going to access the draw point, and Cure was found. Who's going to draw? Squall's the only character in my party, so I'm going to draw it with Squall. And I got four counters of Cure. So now, if you look under your magic sub menu, you can select Squall, and you can actually use magic, curative magic from the magic sub menu, and I can actually equip Cure to one of the abilities. I'm just going to auto it. I think it's going to go to either it's probably going to go to magic because it'll affect magic a little bit better, but it might also go to spirit. Set it up to boost attack, magic, or defense. Since magic is the only option right now, it's going to equip to Cure. Alright, we're ready to go. We're gonna go. And there's Quistis.
I have a few things to explain before we head off. GF gives us strength. We become stronger. The stronger the GF, the stronger we become. So, here's a brief explanation on junctioning a GF, and that's basically what you just saw me do. So, it's just going to go through. Junctioning tutorial. Junction enables characters to power up and use abilities. This means a GF must be junctioned in order to power up and use abilities. Let's begin by junctioning a GF. Right now, no GF is junctioned. All other commands in gray cannot be selected yet. Once junction is selected, the GF and magic commands appear. Since no GF is junctioned, magic is displayed in gray. Let's junction a GF. By selecting GF, a GF list appears. Press S to see the abilities possessed by a GF. So this particular GF is actually a trained version. This is just a tutorial version. So none of my GFs actually have these abilities yet. You have to fight enemies and gain experience points for your GF to unlock these abilities. But the abilities are HP junction, vitality junction, etc. Let's choose a GF. When GF Quetzalcoatl is selected, its abilities, HP junction, and vitality junction make the stats, HP, and vitality appear in white. Magic can now be junctioned to HP and vitality. But since there is currently no magic, we will move on to setting abilities. There are 3 command abilities and 2 non-combat abilities for characters
abilities can be set. Depending on the GF's abilities, the maximum is 4 non-command abilities, which means that up to 7 abilities can be set. Let's set some abilities. First, select a slot. The top window is for command abilities used during battle. The bottom window is for characters and party abilities. Selecting the top window displays command abilities. And selecting the bottom window displays character and party abilities. Since there is currently no magic, let's set the command ability draw to get some magic. And an empty slot. When an empty slot is chosen, the cursor moves to the right. Select draw to set the command draw. This is how command abilities used during battle are set. Let's add GF and item to the list of command abilities. Now GF and item are set. Let's set a non-command ability. By moving the cursor down, a character ability is displayed. Now, to set magic plus 20%, select an empty slot and select magic plus 20%. Magic plus 20% is now set. Abilities have now been set. This concludes the tutorial. Thank you, and good luck. So, all of that is in a separate menu. That actually didn't really happen. It just went a very detailed explanation on how to do that. So, let's continue on with the story.
Everything okay up till now? You can always check back by accessing tutorial from the menu. Once we get to the fire cabin, I'll explain how to junction magic. Use the command draw during battle and stock magic from your enemies. Be sure to have some stocked. Ready to go? The fire cabin used for the test is located east of here.
Alright, and now we can actually junction a GF to Quistis because now she's in our party. So I'm going to remove... Let me see what abilities... Yeah, so... okay, so Shiva has the spirit and Quetzalcoatl has magic. So I'm going to give Quetzalcoatl to... you know what, let's take that off. Let's give Quetzalcoatl to Quistis. There we go. Okay, so I'm just learning how to switch between characters on the submenu. So junction GF, Quetzalcoatl, and let's junction... Oh, she doesn't have the magic. Alright, so I'm just gonna do magic, GF, and draw. Okay. So now I'm going to... Let me see. I want to switch... No, not junction exchange. I want to give Quistis the magic that Squall has. Might not be equipped to him. I'm sorry, this is taking forever. Let's junction magic. Oh, it's not in... I see. I think that needs to go through the magic sub-menu. Yep, exchange all of his to her. There we go. Now she has it. Now let's junction that to Quistis. I'm gonna have her be the magic user and have Squall be the heavy fighter or the melee person. So now we're on the world map. It's not very detailed, or it's like low rendered quality, but hey, it is pretty nice for the time that it came out. And actually, as you can see, we can save from the world map, just like I explained. So let's save the game and head on to the fire cavern. And here's actually our first battle. It's real time, but it's also turn-based.
Squall, do you still remember? The G is the trigger. Pull it just as you strike. Same for the Rensuken.
Alright, so those bars on the right are the timers. I'm gonna draw some magic and stock it and scan this with the other one to see what we got. We got fire from the first one and scan from the second one. And let's timer is the time it takes to cast the summon. And the timer's paused during a fight sequence or an animation. So here we go. Diamond Dust. And this is what it looks like. Because there's a special button that you can press. And all of them fall. You actually will gain less experience if you use GFs during battle, but I just wanted to start getting the experience for the GFs. I got a bug bug. So those monsters were actually right there. And now Shiva has leveled up. So let's see. I want to access the GF submenu for Shiva, and I can give her an ability to learn. She's actually started learning Summon Magic plus 10, so that way the summons will actually deal more damage. And as I was talking about, Boost is right here. There's a special ability that you can use to boost the power of a summon's attack. And summons also have their own HP values too, so if they become knocked out, you'll have to revive them. It's sort of similar to like Pokemon, I suppose. Here we go, we got a couple more bite bugs. I'm gonna get some experience for Quetzalcoatl before we head on into the fire cavern. I'm gonna stock some more. Trigger from squall attacks will do a form of critical hit. And each summon actually has its own animated summon and does every single time. So it's boss battles probably get really repetitive with a lot of them. Sometimes it's successful to deal damage against them. But you don't have as the game goes on, I'm going to rely on them a lot less. Summon spamming. And all of the GFs gain 2 ability points, and Quetzalcoatl just leveled up. So, just to show, Quetzalcoatl only had... Oh, Quetzalcoatl did gain some experience from that first one. So they both have 5 ability points racked up. Okay, so let's close this menu and head into the fire cavern. Now we are no longer in the overworld.
Okay, junctioning magic. Now pay attention. I'll explain how to utilize the magic you have stocked.
Junctioning magic. By junctioning magic, you can raise the character's stats. If the GF has learned the ability to junction onto stats, that particular stat will be displayed in white. By selecting junction here, the GF and magic commands will appear. You are able to junction magic by selecting magic. When magic is selected, a list of magic appears. Use the cursor to select which stat to junction. When strength is selected, choose a magic with the cursor. You can see how the stat value changes with each magic. When a magic is selected, the magic will be displayed next to the stat and the value will change. Only one magic can be assigned to each stat. However, there is no need to junction magic manually, one by one. Select Auto after junctioning. Auto junctions magic automatically. There are 3 commands to choose from. Attack favors strength, magic favors magic, and defense favors raising HP. Thus, magic can be junctioned easily by using auto. For example, let's select the attack junction. Magic has been junctioned to favor strength. This concludes the magic junction tutorial.
When you draw a new magic, try experimenting with it when you junction. This is how you become stronger. Right? Okay, ready to go? Oh! You know how to use your gunblade?
I guess I'll review it, or I already know. Let's review it, just so you get an idea of how it goes.
It's better to go over it.
The status screen displays each character's basic data. The first status screen shows stats such as HP, strength, etc. The second screen shows all the status and elemental related information. The third status screen shows GF related information. The fourth status screen shows limit break information. Squall's gunblade setting can be changed in the limit break screen. There are two settings, Gunblade Auto, Renzuken Indicator. If you select Gunblade Auto to on, Renzuken hits automatically without having to press G. However, a perfect may not be possible with this option. You must select off and press G manually at the right time. If the Renzuken indicator is turned off, the indicator will not be displayed during Renzuken. If the Gunblade Auto option is turned on, the Renzuken indicator is turned off automatically. That is all for Squall's limit break, and it's actually, I'm sorry, it's pronounced Renzokuken. Renzokuken. There we go. Renzokuken. Alright.
Alright, let's go.
And we're gonna talk to these dweebs up here. Objective. To obtain a low-level GF, a seed member must support. Are you ready? Yes. I'm ready.
I'm his support. Instructor number 14, Quistis Trepp.
Select a time limit. Choose one suited to your abilities. Challenging, yet reasonable. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and 40 minutes. And actually, if you choose less time, you will gain more points towards your seed level, and the higher your seed level, the more gil, which is the game's currency, you'll earn after every certain amount of steps. So let's select the option for 10 minutes. Very well. Good luck. And even in the pause menu, the time will start decreasing, starting now, and the counter will be in the top right until we complete the mission.
My job is to support you in battle. Everything else is up to you.
This is a please attention.
You know, the boys often choke on this test when I come. I guess my charm makes them nervous.
Whatever.
I'm just kidding. Trying to keep you relaxed, that's all.
Another battle. Let's try and get through this as quickly as possible. Oh, this is easy. These are just bats. So they will drop within maybe 1 or 2 hits, so we won't even need to waste time with the summoning GS. It's enough to take them down. They have low health. We've got about 9 minutes left to beat the boss of the dungeon and if we don't complete it within the time limit, we will actually get a game. I think there's a draw point. Yep, here's a draw point right here. Let's give it to Quistis. I want her to be a magic user. 12 fires, that's nice. There's another battle. And there's some bombs and a couple beds. I'm actually gonna run away from this battle. Can use ice attacks for special, well, whatever, let's fight them. I think Quistis has ice, so what I'm going to do is have her actually attack with magic. Oh, she doesn't. Okay, never mind. So she's just gonna attack regularly because the offensive magic spells won't hurt them since they're fire elemental. They'll actually be healed by the fire magic. It's just taking a while. She has that's a level. Use shield so we can speed things up. I don't want to waste too much time fighting monsters. Bothering me. I probably should Yeah, okay, I should have just done that from the start. That would have taken out all four. So we got better than 6 minutes to beat the boss. Let's hope we don't get not what I wanted. Try and draw some magic. So that'll be very helpful when fighting the boss. Living in a fire cabin, obviously, fire and elemental persuasion. Oh, there we go, it took him out. He's gotta go through that animation. Everything takes time in this game.
I was right. You and Cypher are in a class of your own. Both of you have amazing strength and potential. Okay, this is it. Are you ready?
He's like, yeah, whatever.
You seem confident enough.
5 minutes is all we got. Let's see how we do. Have Shiva? hit it just barely. Oh man, that was close. And as you can see, you don't gain experience for winning boss battles, but you get a large amount of ability points. And we just unlocked our third GF. So if we get a third character in the party, we'll have 1 GF for each party member. So that's Ifrit.
There isn't much time, but let me go over this real quick. Good, you got yourself a GF. If you junction that GF, you'll be able to use the elemental junction ability. Here's an explanation on elements.
Junctioning can change basic parameters such as strength and magic, as well as elemental parameters. By junctioning a GF with an elemental junction ability, as magic is junction, the elemental attack defense slot above HP turns white, indicating an elemental junction. When left is selected, the elemental junction screen appears. Elemental junctions work like other junctions. First, select the stat to junction. Then, choose a magic to finish the junction. However, non-elemental magic like Cure, cannot be junctioned. Elemental junction affects attack and defense differently. Junctioning to elemental attack links that element to a character's attack. The percent indicates how much of the attack's damage is linked to that element. At the maximum value of 100%, the attack becomes entirely elemental. In the example, ice is at 50%. This means that damage only increases by 50% when junctioning to elemental defense. The damage from the element is reduced. Reduction of the damage is shown in percent. At 100%, damage is reduced to 0. In the example, fire damage is reduced to 20% because elemental defense is at 80%. This green star is displayed when the value goes over 100%, indicating the damage is absorbed. In this state, you can absorb the amount of damage indicated in percent. In the example, 50% of fire damage is absorbed. Multiple magic types can be junctioned to elemental defense, depending on the GF's ability. Junction multiple magic types with the same elemental for a cumulative effect. Try junctioning different magic to check the effect. You can also select Auto to automatically junction the most effective elemental magic. This concludes the elemental junction tutorial.
There's a lot of fire elemental monsters here, so junction Blizzard to your elemental attack. You'll have an easier time with fire elemental enemies. Okay, let's get out of here and head back to the garden. Alright, let's take out these enemies. We're not under duress of trying to get this done as quick as possible. Uh-oh, back attack. So, with back attack means if you start a battle and they attack you, you'll actually receive a critical damage when they attack you in your back turn. So it's kind of catching you. Let's take those guys out. Probably should think about figuring out how to use the run function, because that's going to come in helpful later down the line. Because I don't want to record myself doing every single fight. And looks like we got our first level up. So this is in basic JRPG fashion. You don't distribute any skill points. They go into your character automatically based off of that character's base stats. So they'll just get better base stats as they grow stronger. And there is a level cap of 100, so both characters and GFs can reach a level cap of 100. I think the GFs will reach that level cap faster than the
the actual characters will. Actually, I want to try and draw out more magic from this. It actually has a lot of elemental magic. So let's take more Blizzard out. We need more of those. And I'm just going to attack this wall. The way I structure my parties, I like to have one fighter, one magic user, and one summoner. So once I get that third character in the party, I'm going to have Squall be my fighter, unless he's not going to be the leader of the party, which he normally will be, except for special situations within the story. 90% of the time, Squall is going to be the leader. Let's just use Shiva for this one. I want to get this done and over with. And as you can see, that elemental damage did 10 times, at least 10 times more damage than I'd normally be able to. So it's good to know the elemental defenses and base your strategy off of that. So here we go, and we are able to freely move around. And let's head back to the world map. So actually, I think I'm gonna end this one off here because we're going on close to an hour now. So I really hope that you're gonna enjoy this series as time goes on, because it is honestly one of my favorite games of all time, and I plan on making this a regular series on the channel. It's gonna be a long series because the game is rather long. So these videos are probably going to be hour-long videos at a time. So if you can't sit and watch an hour-long video at a time, I understand. It's a long time to just sit around and watch someone play a game. But if you can make it all the way to the end, or if you choose to watch it in bits and pieces, I understand. That's totally fine. But I understand. I do that sometimes when I watch some parts of a series from YouTubers that I like to watch. I'll sometimes watch it in chunks if it's pretty long, or if I have the time, I will actually sit through the whole time. But anyway, I've been rambling on long enough, and this video has been going on long enough. So I've been Joe from Joe Plays Games, and you have been watching Final Fantasy VIII. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.